Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. After revisiting our playthrough of Mag 23 Guadalcanal last week, our attention today is turning to the 80th anniversary of D-Day tomorrow. Tonight we're going to play D-Day dice from Valley Games. In this one, we're going to be using dice to try to advance on the beaches of Normandy in one of our scenarios that we're into. Let's move over to the main game area and introduce tonight's scenario. We're playing through the Omaha Beach sector. We've got a couple of sectors right at the top of the board where we're going to end up not being able to stay, so we have to leave in the next phase 5. We are starting in this sector with 4 soldiers, but we're going to lose 3 of them every turn we're there, I believe is what that means. I should mention that it's been a while since I've played this game. I haven't had a chance to get this out to the table much, so I'm very much still going to be learning this one and deciding if I'm going to do more with it. So, at least I believe that's the number of soldiers. Every sector contains a shield with a sector label and a large number indicating the defensive capabilities. Value is equal to the number of soldiers every unit in the sector will lose per turn in phase 6. So shield color determines, okay, how long they can stay. So we can stay there for up to 3 turns, whereas on a black shield on one of these, we can only stay there for 1 turn before we'd have to move. And I believe once we move into a sector, we can't move back to it again, right? The unit can move once per turn, but can't visit the same sector twice. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had that straight. I've got my 4 soldiers on the spin down. Let me zoom that out just a touch. I think we can get all the pertinent stuff in shot. We've got all the cards up over here. I believe the items need to get shuffled, don't they? Because I've got those. I got all unique and ranking specialists. It doesn't say anything about those getting shuffled, so I think we just leave the items face up as well. Okay. So we are playing as the Americans. We can see down here, I've got another reference sheet for the turn sequence. The red, white, and blue bonuses, if we manage to get all 3 symbols on each colored die, we get specific bonuses for that. We are only playing with the 1 unit. So, okay. I think we can tip up there. With that, I think we're all set to get into this game, so let's jump in and see what we can do with this first scenario on Omaha Beach. We've got the awards here as well, which I don't know if we'll need in this scenario. So for phase 1, we roll the dice until we have our final tally. After the first roll, we'll lock 2 dice and then roll the others up to 2 more times after that. So each die gives us various resources. I'll explain what resources we'd get from those after each roll. Alright, so the soldier icons represent soldiers. The medals represent courage, and the wrenches represent item points. And those come after the tally is over. So I think here, we're going to lock the 2 red and blue courage dice, which is what those 2 are. Then we're going to roll the rest. Oh joy! I definitely don't want to re-roll that. Definitely want to re-roll that skull. So I think we're going to take the. What is the star? What is the star resource on that? That is special. That's a specialist cost. So I think we're going to take that so we can re-roll for a specialist, and this is our last roll. So this will. After this, we'll have our dice for the first round. Delightful. So We do get another courage out of that, but we won't get a red, white, and blue bonus. I think I'll use the... do I want to use the skull? The skull is going to have to cancel something. I think I'd rather cancel the leadership ability than cancel the soldier. So, that canceled dice. Every skull, one other die is canceled. Okay, so we've got that straight. Then we adjust the unit marker to its next... record all resources. So we get 3 courage, which I've got in the spin down here. 3 courage. We're up to 5 soldiers. And then we had to cancel out the leadership on that. Adjust the unit marker to its next face. We're definitely going to be staying put because I want to be able to try to gather some more resources here. Rally a specialist, draw and find an item, or draw a random award. We can't do any of that. Moving, we're staying put, and then we lose a number of soldiers equal to the number in the sector. So we are losing 3 soldiers for a total of 2. So we'll do that again for the second turn. So we'll loop back up to roll the dice. Where's my lid? And I didn't mean to jar the camera there. Oh, that's not good. I think we're going to take that was a wrench, by the way. That would give us extra item points. We're going to take the blue and the red of that, hoping for a white on the wrenches for item points. We'll take the double soldiers, and then we'll re-roll these. Okay, that's not complete. That's not a complete loss, just most of one. All right, so the 2 double soldier dice will give us 4 more. They'll give us 4 more soldiers to bring us up to a total of 6. Then we get 3 item points because we rolled 2 wrenches. So the item points are down here. I don't think there are any items that cost 3, but we'll look at that in a second. Another courage and a specialist point. Upkeep, we're going to try to stay. We're going to stay here 1 more turn. Let's see. We have 1 star, which isn't going to give us anything. Not surprising there. 3 item points. Where did the items end up? I don't think I kept the items out. Did I? No, I think I forgot to set those out. Right. Okay, so yes, those do need to be out. Okay. Thought I had those out from last night, but I forgot to. But I forgot to lay them out. Okay, so we're not doing anything for 3 item points. We're also not able to rally a specialist. We also can't draw an award because we don't have the courage, and we'll need the courage to move anyway. So we're going to stay put here. We're on our last turn. Combat is going to pull another 3 soldiers off from us. And then we're on our last turn in the sector. So now we're going to try to roll this again. Okay, which 2 do we want to keep? I think we're going to keep we need to get soldiers badly here, but I'm going to keep I kind of don't want any of these, especially if I know we're going to get wiped out on soldiers here pretty quickly, because we're going to lose another 3. We're going to lose another 3 soldiers momentarily. Yeah, I think I am just going to take the... I think I'm going to take the 2 stars. We'll see how this next roll goes. Let's put that one in the tower. Yikes. Right, I'm going to grab the item points, and then we'll roll this again. Okay, well, we do survive, but only just. So the 2 wrenches will give us another 3 item points, bringing us up to 6. And then the 3 stars will give us 3 more stars that we can trade in. That we can spend for a specialist. Come on, focus. There we go. So that'll bring us up to 4. And 2 more soldiers. So we'll just barely, well, are we going to survive though? No, we're not actually, because we're going to move into, so we will have to move this turn. Can we rally a specialist though? For 4 stars, we should be able to rally someone. What do we want to roll? Or what do we want to... Actually, no. No, I think we're just going to bite it here, unless... I think we almost have to take the Beachmaster on this. Which for 3 stars will gain us 3 soldiers every time we advance. So... we'll be dealing with that in a second. Let's pay the star cost for that to go down to 1. That was our rally a specialist. We will have to move forward. We'll move into... this sector. We'll spend a courage to do that. And then since we advanced thanks to the Beachmaster, we gain 3 soldiers. Okay. Move forward or move laterally. When moving into a sector, you must fulfill all its requirements and reset your unit marker to your first turn there. Okay, so we're all set there. But we are going to be losing 6 soldiers here. The marker here, the +1 wrench, means we add that to our... we'll be adding that to our final tally, but that result doesn't have a color, so we can't use that as part of a straight. And we can't trade that with the lieutenant, which is one of the specialists that we have out available. Okay. So now that we've moved, we didn't cross landmines, so we don't worry about that, but we do lose value equal to the number of the defense there, so we're going to lose 6 soldiers and move down to 2. What fun. Okay, now we go back into turn 3 again, so now we're rolling the dice. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we're going to take the... We're gonna need soldiers badly on this one, so we can only spend 1 turn here, so we need soldiers desperately. Let's take the 2 wrenches, because the bonus for a the red-white-blue bonus for 3 wrenches is another 4 soldiers, and we need soldiers badly. Well, there's a blue one of those. Okay, so we're not just going to be defeated this turn, but we do have 4 wrenches on that, so we get another 12 item points, which is going to bring us up to 18. Along with a red, white, blue bonus for having 3 wrenches. So we're going to take the 4 items for that, plus the 4 soldiers, plus the 4 from the dice to give us a total of 8, which will bring us up to 10. And that's another courage, which fortunately we won't need courage to make a lateral movement, but what's the specialist we have to enter that sector? We need to have the hero to enter that sector, so we're going to need stars to be able to recruit him. So we can find an item and pay the cost in points. We're going to use the I think we're going to take let's take the field radio because we need 5. So we're going to need soldiers badly. So we're going to spend 12 to get that, and I'll show you what the field radio does in a second. That'll bring us down to 6 item points. And we'll gain the field radio to summon 5 more soldiers. So that'll bring us up to a total of 15. Okay. So that was the rally a specialist, find an item, draw an award. Which we couldn't do any of that, but we need stars to be able to recruit the hero next. Okay. So now we move, but we have to move it into this sector. Now we actually get the star we're going to need to recruit the hero to be able to charge forward. But okay, and then we lose 6 soldiers, which is going to bring us down to a total of 9. Other way. There we go. Okay, next round. So we have a guaranteed star coming out of this, which means we will be able to, we will be able to recruit the hero no matter what happens. Well, we're definitely going to be smothering this in bodies. So we're going to take the double soldiers. We're taking the double soldiers in a blue and a white. I just threw the dice over, so now we're going to roll this again. Get in the tower. Okay. We'll take those 2. And then we'll roll again. Okay, that's actually kind of helpful. Alright, the red, white, and blue bonus doesn't replace that. I don't think, no. So we're actually gaining a lot of bodies on this one. So we're applying all skull effects that cancel dice, which we don't do. Collect all red, white, and blue bonuses. So we're getting another 5 soldiers from the red, white, and blue double dice. So that's 5. Plus another 7 is 12. And we're getting another 3 item points. So that's going to bring us up to 21 soldiers. We're up to 9 item points. And that's everything we've got there. So we do have the courage to move forward, but our first order of business is going to be recruiting with the guaranteed star from here. So that'll bring us up to 3, which I'm going to 0 those out. So I'm going to 0 my courage, complete my... what are those called? Those are stars. I'm going to 0 those out, to recruit the hero, which means I can lose stars or courage to save soldiers as many times as I want on a 1-for-1 trade. Okay, so I've rallied a specialist, which brought me down to 0. I'm not going to take... Am I going to find any items or wait for next turn? Then the target icon there, what is that? For this battle map, -1 specialist. So we're going to be losing the hero is pretty much just... Well... Question is, who do I want to lose going into that next sector? Because we are going to be moving in there this turn. Is that to enter, or that may? I think that's just to enter. I'm just double checking here. And when a black die, you will suffer special damage on any die roll of 6. Oh, I think we have to roll. I think we're supposed to roll for machine gun fire. It'll say if it's exposed like that. Roll a regular d6, which fortunately we have d6s in with the. We have d6s in here, but I wasn't paying attention to that. Okay. Right, now that we've got that figured out, we rallied a specialist, we've moved. Since we do have the hero, we can enter this sector, which we will. We'd have to recruit either the scout here or the sharpshooter over here to make a lateral move. And then we would lose one of those specialists moving further forward. So this sector is exposed to machine gun damage, which there's really not much I can do about that. And we have to spend 2 courage to advance as well. And thanks to the Beachmaster, we gain 3 soldiers every time we advance. Okay. Combat, we lose a number of soldiers equal to the defense, so we will lose 4 soldiers plus machine gun fire. So that'll bring us down to 20. And then we'll roll a regular d6 for machine gun fire. That's another 4, so that'll cut us down further. That'll cut us down to 16. Okay, and before we get into our next roll in the sector, I do need to take a small break. Now we need stars to enter either of the next 2 sectors, so we'd have to have, then lose either the Minesweeper to advance into Sector 7, or the Scout to be able to advance into Sector 8. So we need to hope the dice are cooperative in giving us both enough stars to advance, well, in giving us A, enough stars to advance, or stars to recruit the specialists, B, enough soldiers that we can survive the advance, and C, enough courage that we can advance, preferably without getting mowed down. Fortunately, we are in a sector where we have a guaranteed +1 courage for every turn we're in there when we collect resources. So, let's see what happens on our first roll in the new sector. Not a whole lot of good from the looks of it. So, since I do need stars, I'm going to lock that blue star. And, this is... Actually, wait a second. Do we just have a... No, we don't just have a straight. I'm going to grab this courage as well, because I need that anyway. Let's see what happens here. Well, there's another star, so I'll take that. And... we've got a white die fly out. Okay, that's actually kind of helpful. So we do have a red, white, and blue bonus. We'll gain a... So I'm going to roll a bonus die and add that to my tally. Does it matter what color it is? I think when it says bonus die like that, I believe when it specifies like that, we just choose whatever color. Alright, so that's 2 more soldiers. And add it to your final tally in your choice of color. Okay. So we do just get to pick a color. So that was for the red, white, and blue bonus on the stars. Then we record all resources. So we get 4 stars, which will let us recruit something. 4 stars. A courage, which we need 3 to advance, so we're all set there. 1 item point, which brings us up to 10. And 2 more soldiers, so we're not just going to get torn to pieces. Hold on. I just saw this marker. I believe that's you can't have one of those specific specialists. Let's see what that's telling us. Oh, is that a no vehicles potentially? Can't find items there. Okay, so we can't find any items in this sector, which we didn't find anything here anyway. All right, so we are advancing to our next marker. We spent our first turn there. Do we get to rally a specialist? We do. Which one do I think I'm going to recruit? I think we're going to grab the Do I think we're making a lateral move? We're also going to need the medic, but I don't want to recruit the medic until we're going to need the medic to get up here to sector 9 eventually. I think right now I'm going to recruit we should be at 3 courage. I think we're going to recruit the sharpshooter actually for 2 stars. Which the sharpshooter will let me ignore a skull in my final tally. I mean, granted I haven't been rolling many skulls today, but knowing how often they can come up and how bad symbols come up in Elder Sign a lot, I'd rather head that off at the pass if I can. Let's see, for 10 item points, I think we're going to wait on that because I'm probably going to need the mine detector for one of these. Alright. And then we're not moving this turn, so now we have to deal with machine gun fire. Oh, that's a 6. That's great. So we lose a specialist. Plus the 6 soldiers. So we actually lose 10 soldiers. We're down to a total of 8. Plus we lose a specialist. I'm going to lose the... I'm going to lose the hero, I think, as much as I don't want to. Alright, so we're back to a new turn. Which means now we're rolling the dice once again. Okay, we've got a guaranteed courage coming out of this, but we also need to be able to recruit either the minesweeper or the scout. So with that in mind, I think we're going to take the blue and the red courage and hope to roll a white. Next roll up. Get in the tower. Okay, well, we're going to take the 2 stars there, and then we're going to re-roll. Get in the tower. Okay, so we don't get any. We didn't get a straight from that. We didn't get any red, white, and no skulls, no red, white, and blue bonuses. So now we just collect our resources, which means we get 2 stars. We get 2 courage, so we're definitely able to move forward, and we have 3 more soldiers. The only problem here is now we're potentially vulnerable to machine gun fire here. So the question is, how do I mitigate that? We're going to move that. We also get another courage from our guaranteed courage result up here. All right, so we've adjusted the unit marker. Rally a specialist, which I think we will have to rally a specialist now. I think we're going to grab the... I think now we're going to grab the... I think now we are going to spend 2. We're going to spend 2 stars to grab the scout, which will let me add another wrench to my final tally, and that one has no color. Do we want an item? No, I don't think we want an item here. No random item because I don't have the courage to spend for that. We're not moving in the sector again, so now we have to deal with machine gun fire. 4 plus a potential 4 plus, let's find out how many plus. 5, so that's another 9 soldiers down, which means we're down to 2. This is a problem. We're about to get wiped out on... We're about to get wiped out on D-Day. What fun. Alright, potentially, well, I would say probably the last round of the game. Because we are going to... Well, we're going to have to move this turn anyway, so we need to have at least... Ideally, we get up to 16 soldiers to be able to survive the next move forward, because we're moving, unless I think we're making a lateral move, and we might be. Let's find out what happens here, though. If we make a lateral move, we avoid machine gun fire, but if we have to move forward, we're going to get chewed up by machine gun fire. That's a cocked die. Okay, we're going to take the double. We're going to take double soldiers in red and white. We're definitely going to need bodies here. So we'll take that in red again. Okay, so we do get a red, white, and blue bonus on double soldiers. We've got 2 item points, so we're going to be picking up 5, a total of 13 more soldiers, which I still don't think. So that's going to bring us up to 15 soldiers. Okay. We do have to move, but we also get 3 item points. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do here? I guess we're going to have to commit here as far as what we're doing. So we have 3 stars, which means we can potentially move. Well, we have to move this turn. But 3 stars gives me some options where... Oh, we actually have another wrench in there, so we actually get 6 item points, so we should have 3 more, up to a total of 15. Let's see. So we can rally a specialist, find an item. We're not going to be drawing an award that costs courage that we really don't have right now. I think we're going to spend 3 stars, though. We're going to spend the 3 stars down to 0 to recruit the Minesweeper, which will let us ignore landmines. Which I could immediately move up and lose him on this sector, but I don't really want to get chewed up on that. That seems like a really bad idea to me. But I think here we're going to... I don't think we're going to pick up any items yet. Although we could grab the toolkit, possibly. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. That's a guaranteed 2 wrenches, and we'll probably need those as we storm in. So we're going to grab... So we're going to spend 7 item points to go down to 8. To grab the toolkit, which will add 2 wrenches to my final tally. Those wrenches have no color. Alright, then we have to move, so we are going to make a lateral move over here to get out of machine gun fire. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start marking... There should be some... Okay, here we go. I was going to say, there should be some way to mark sectors that I can't return to. Basically, I'm just going to mark anything that... I'm just going to mark these with random markers, and whatever I mark are segments I can't return to. These markers don't represent anything in particular. Like I said, they're just to help me remember which sectors I can't return to. So we're locking ourselves out of Sector 4. And we do have the marksman, so we're the sharpshooter, so we can move over there. Over to Sector 6. But we are going to lose 8 soldiers over there, which will bring us down to 7. That wasn't... Okay, that's not a black sector, so we can stay there for 3 turns. But we're going to need to roll a lot of soldiers here in a hurry. So let's see what we can do with this. So we have a guaranteed 3 wrenches in final tally. Which means I don't need to be as picky about those. But I will be picky about taking soldiers because we have 1 of those. I believe a lateral move doesn't count as an advance. I'm just going to double check that, but that's on the dividing line between each row. Okay, so lateral movements don't cost courage. That's good to know. Alright, so we'll roll the... I need to get more soldiers here. I'm going to get chewed up on this turn in Sector 6 and be wiped out. Okay, that's not complete nothing. It's just mostly nothing. We'll do that. And here's our last roll. Okay, that's a total of no red, white, and blue bonuses on this. We've got another wrench and a courage. So we've got a total of 6 soldiers, which will bring us up to 13. "13 soldiers. That's another courage going up to 6. And we have a total of 4 wrenches for a total of 12 item points, which brings us up to 20. Okay. I don't think we want any of the items because we're going to need... Well, we could take the whistle to be able to advance once without spending courage, but we have plenty of courage, at least for now. So I'm not too worried about that. Reduce the defense on of your sector to not a bunker to 0. That could be tempting if I think we're going to get chewed up. But I think I'm going to sit tight on that for the time being. Hold on. How do I have 13 stars? I shouldn't. Oh, I think it must have jarred when I set the dial down, so I should be out of stars right now. Yeah, I think we're just going to sit tight on this for the time being. Right. Yeah. I just think we're just going to do that. So, we're back into another round. Let's see what happens here. We still need, well, I was going to say we still need soldiers, but 2 skulls is not good. We're going to take the single soldier because I need bodies. Unfortunately, I'm doing my best. Unfortunately, it seems like I'm going to be doing my best impression of the Soviet Union at the moment, where I'm going to be smothering this problem in bodies. Not a great strategy, but probably fairly historically accurate. More double soldiers, I will definitely welcome that. Oop. Wow, I'm having problems holding on to the dice tonight. And we have a skull, which the sharpshooter will let me ignore. So I don't have to cancel anything from that. I've got another 6 soldiers coming. That'll bring me up to 19. And another courage, which brings me up to 7. Alright, adjusting that to my second turn here. And still can't rally a specialist, but I have the scout, which is who I'll... Oh, I've got another... So I do have a guaranteed 3 wrenches. That's another 6 item points, which brings me up to 26. Don't think I'm going to spend any item or pick up any items. Actually, I take that back. I will grab the whistle here. I'll show you what the whistle does once I finish spending my item points. Oop. I should be at... I think I was at like 10 courage or something like that. Alright, so the whistle lets me advance once without spending courage, but I still need to follow all sector requirements and instructions. Which means when I move in here, I'll still be losing the 10 soldiers. Which could be a problem if I get my soldiers chewed up. But I do need to recruit the medic soon. Or rally the medic soon. So... Right, we're not moving. I do need to adjust this. Was this our second or third turn that we were here? I don't think we adjusted that yet. I think we skipped right through to recruiting and rallying a specialist. So I'm staying put. And combat means we're going to get chewed up for another 8 soldiers. So that's going to bring us down to 11. I'm going to have to advance this round. I'm hoping I can have at least 16. I'm hoping I can get above 16 soldiers, because if I roll I'm going to be losing 10 soldiers, and if I get chewed up on 6, if I get a 6 on the machine gun roll, then I'm just going to be wiped out and lose the game. So this turn, I have to move, and my priority right now is to get at least 5 soldiers if I can. But before we roll into that, I do need to take a small break. Alright, let's see what happens here now that I've got the dice all in the cup ready to go. Okay, we do need bodies, so I'll take the 3 soldiers. I do have the scout who I'll be losing on this turn, which is unfortunate. There's another soldier. So let's see what happens here. Okay, not as straight as soldiers, but we can probably we'll at least survive, I think. So we'll gain a star from that, which won't be recruiting any specialists. Another, 7 soldiers to go up to 18. And our guaranteed 3 wrenches for another 6 item points, so I'm up to 25. There we go. Okay, so I'm not going to just get chewed up this first round. Move that forward, which means I will have to move. I can't rally a specialist. I'm not completely interested in finding an item. Wait, are those items used once and then lose them? Why do I have a feeling they aren't? I've been playing that all wrong. When I choose to activate it, okay, so yeah, the field radio and the toolkit should be long discarded. I've been playing the toolkit wrong all game. I thought it was just an always active thing. But, herpaderp. Things happen. Okay. Now that we've got that figured out. Right. We are definitely going to get chewed up here. So I think we're just going to go for another... I think we're going to spend 5 item points. Down to 20 for the walkie-talkie to recruit another 2 additional soldiers. That'll buy me a little bit of time at least. Bring me up to 20. We're still not in great shape. Let's not kid ourselves on that. Okay, then we have to move. So we are going to move into this sector. Because I've got the minesweeper, I get to ignore the landmines here, but I do have to lose the scout. Because that's the mark on here. And we reset to that to the 1. Then we lose 10 soldiers plus a D6. That's another 5, so we're losing 15 soldiers on this one, and we're marking Sector 8 with a sector, or with a mark. So we're going down to 5 soldiers. We're not doing too great here, kids. So ideally, if we can get above... I'd like to be above 13 soldiers preferably, but let's not kid ourselves. We are in terrible shape right now. Plus, we need to be able to recruit the medic to be able to advance into Sector 9. We could lose the minesweeper to make a lateral move into Sector 7, but our first order of business is getting our soldier count up considerably. Oh, speaking of soldier count, we gain 3 from the Beachmaster every time we advance, so we are at 8, which gives us a little bit of headway, which gives us a little bit of help there, but not a lot. Okay, that's a lot of soldiers, or a lot of... I think we're going to take the soldiers here, because we're about to be hideously vulnerable to machine gun fire. We need all the bodies we can get. Which, unfortunately, those are not soldiers, so we're going to re-roll all of them. There was a skull in there as well. Okay, so we end up with 2 more soldiers and 2 stars, which will let us recruit specialists. So that'll bring us up to 2 stars, another 6 soldiers, which brings us up to 14. Okay. Now the question is, do I want to buy the Bangalore torpedo to reduce the sector here to 0? Because I'd probably have to pop that immediately if I want to have a chance of surviving this. And I'd rather use it up at Sector 9 if I can. But I'm not entirely sure I have the luxury of caring. How much does the medic cost me to recruit? That's 4? Gross. So we can't recruit the medic this turn, which is very unfortunate. We'll adjust to the next face. Yeah, we can't recruit the medic. I ideally want to be able to use the Bangalore torpedo up here. Otherwise, we're going to get... We might have to grab it now. Otherwise, we're just going to get chewed up. Which I think we have to do. Yeah. I think we are going to recruit the... I think we are going to spend 20 item points to find and immediately use the Bangalore torpedo. Reduce the defense of your sector, but not a bunker, to 0. So we'll skip 110 on there. But we're going to be hideously vulnerable next turn. Let's see what happens here. We're on machine gun fire, which means we're losing another 5 soldiers, so we're down to 9. We're not in a very good place, but hopefully it's survivable. Let's see what happens here. We need stars and soldiers this turn. Actually, we need them... Yeah, we need them this turn. Get in the tower. Alright, there's 2 doubles on a red and a white. That could potentially be a red, white, blue bonus. We'll take the single soldier, and then we'll re-roll everything else. Actually, no, this is fine. I was going to say there was a star in there that I probably should have saved, but... Okay, so we do get the star anyway, which will give us 3. We have a total of 5 soldiers, so that'll bring us up to 14. We're still vulnerable to... We're still vulnerable to machine gun fire, potentially, if we roll a 4 and up. We'll gain a star and 3 item points. We're not doing anything for 3 item points. We need to save for the medic. We have plenty of courage, though. So we're losing at least 10 soldiers from the defensive fire in here. If this roll on the d6 is a 4 and up, we just lose. That's a 1, so we're still in it-ish. We're at 3 soldiers, but we're not in a real great spot right now. Next round. Well, we need most are bodies, although I could take the... I was going to say, I could take the Dead Man's Gift on the 3 skulls for a red, white, and blue, but I can only lock 2 dice. Which I think... well, that's a risk, because if I don't roll a skull again on whatever color I don't take, then I'm going to be canceling 2 dice and probably losing the game here. Let's see, 17 item points is... Is that worth the risk for the grenade when what we need most right now is bodies? The sharpshooter could ignore 1 of them. Yeah, I think we have to... No. I think we're going to play it safe and take the soldiers. Because what we need right now is bodies. Okay, that's definitely bodies. Which will take the 2 double soldiers, and then we'll see what we roll last. Except we need a star here to be able to recruit the medic, unless we make a lateral move over to Sector 7, which we still could do. Because we do have the Minesweeper, but I don't want to waste the Minesweeper here. Okay, that's 2 more soldiers and a courage, so we don't get the star we need to recruit the medic. Let's see, so that's a total of 9 soldiers, but we're still going to be vulnerable to machine gun fire up here. we're actually going to be very vulnerable to machine gun fire. And another courage, which thankfully we won't need. We won't need the courage to make a lateral move, but we are still in a very bad way here. So we can't rally. So we're rotating this. Actually, we've got one more turn here. We're adjusting that. We can't rally a specialist. Actually, we are very vulnerable to machine gun fire here. Even if we move right now, we can't advance for sure because we don't have the medic. I think we got to risk it here. I think we got to risk surviving machine gun fire. We're losing at least 10 soldiers. Our odds are not great, though. They're against us here. That's a 1, though, so we have 1 soldier left. But we are probably not going to survive the next turn unless we roll. Well, the problem is we need to be able to roll. We need at least 1 star, and we need to roll enough soldiers to survive whatever move we make. Yeah, we're in a very bad way here. Let's see what happens. Probably going to be the last turn of the game. So there's the star we would need to recruit the medic. But we're still in a situation where we've got to roll the rest of these. I think we got to roll all of these and try to get even if we get all doubles. No, I think a red, white, and blue bonus on doubles would save us. Because that would give us just enough soldiers. I think we got to risk it. Well, there's blue and white doubles, so let's see what happens here. Oh, actually no. I think this worked out for us. Let me see here. So we didn't have any straights. We didn't get a straight. We didn't have any skulls. Red, white, and blue bonuses. The red, white, and blue on soldiers, fresh troops gives us 5, which will bring us up to 6. Bring us up to 6. And that's the only red, white, and blue bonus, plus the plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We're going to get, well, I think we're going to get wiped out anyway, just short. So we are going to be up to, come on. We are up to 15 soldiers and 4 stars. The 4 stars will be just enough to recruit the medic, which will lose 1 less soldier per phase. If lost, the medic can still save 1 soldier during that phase. Okay, but we do have to adjust that, so we will have to move. And I think we're going to move forward into, which will immediately cost us the medic, but we will spend the 4 courage to move forward. They'll bring us down to 7 courage. And then we're losing 1 less soldier here, but I'm pretty sure we still just lose anyway because we're losing 15, and with machine gun fire, I think this is just a formality roll at this point. Yeah, even with a 1, we'd still be losing 16 minus 1 is 15, so yeah, we're still down to 0. And we get wiped out. So that will do it for this playthrough of D-Day Dice. When games involve dice this heavily, I tend to have one of 2 extreme reactions. There's really not much middle ground. I either really like it, or I really dislike it. And I think a lot of that turns on what the dice are actually doing in the game. If the dice are acting as your resources, then I'm a little bit warmer to that. But if the dice control your actions, then I don't like that as much. Think of it something like a Terraforming Mars, the dice game, where the dice are your resources, versus like a Tiny Epic Galaxies, where the dice are your actions and what actions you can take. This one seems to fill kind of a weird mix for me on that, where on the one hand you get the resources from your dice, but on the other, the game I think is structured in a way that the dice really do dictate your actions, because if you don't get the right resources you need, then you just end up stuck getting mowed down, and you end up losing the game that way. So I think in all honesty, this one's kind of going to fall into the miss category for me, just because it's kind of that weird hybrid where for me where yes, you get resources from the dice, but those resources also dictate your actions in a strange way. So that's where I'm going to kind of call this one I'm going to call this a mid. I guess I'm going to call this an leaning toward a miss as far as how I'm going to score that is concerned. But that's it for this playthrough of D-Day Dice. Busy week coming up. Tomorrow night we're getting ready to resume the 1991 playoffs in payoff pitch baseball. The Los Angeles Dodgers will be getting ready for the Atlanta Braves in Game 1 at Dodger Stadium. We'll have Tom Glavine going for the Braves against Mike Morgan going for the Dodgers. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the official Fallout Vault Dwellers cookbook with the side blue cornbread muffins. And Sunday, we'll be playing Appa Hockey. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.